constantly improve myself. Like, that is a value that can take you a really long way. Like, constant improvement. And that he does seem like he has that. But where it gets in the way, though, sometimes is when we stop focusing on those values and our ego gets in the way.
Ego.
And
talk about that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you shift your focus, right? You start doing things because it feels good and like, oh, I like this attention. I like the status that I have. And you let that take control instead of what you value.
Do you find that the most successful people have a really hard time taking compliments?
Have a hard time taking compliments? I don't know.
Because I know that I do.
Yeah?
I have a really hard time taking compliments. Like, I was recording a podcast last night, and the guest that I had on, Valerie Lopez, she complimented me on my stand-up.
Yeah.
And I was like, don't do that. It's like, don't do that. Don't do it. To me, if you tell me I'm good, in my brain, it tells me that I have arrived. And I could stop. But I hate that idea of stopping. Mm-hmm. So don't do it. Don't tell me I'm good.
So is it the person's fault for complimenting you? Or is that
It's my brain.
You're listening to your brain too much.
It's my brain. 100% my brain. I don't like it. I want people to be like, if I always looked at it like a martial art, it's like, okay, you did this good, but you need to work on this. You need to get better here. And when she said, oh, you're funny, I can't wait to see you again, I was like, no, I suck, I'm still working. That's the way I've always looked at it. Like, I could murder on stage and have this high of, I just tore down a crowd of 200 people, great. And in my brain, the one word that I messed up, or that I stuttered, or that or that I cussed too much, like in my brain, that's all I can think about.
Yeah.
I don't think about the laughs.
Yeah. You got to be able to take both, man.
It's really hard for me.
Yeah. I think it's hard for a lot of people. It's hard for me, too. Somebody says, like, hey, you did a really good job with that class. Well, my first thought is normally, like, well, what was good about it? Because, like...
Sounds like me.
Sometimes... Yeah, my brain is over-analytical. It's just terrible. But it's what I got. So... I mean, it could help. Like, if somebody gave me, like, specific praise, that would be really nice. Like, hey, that class, that when you were talking about how to handle our thoughts and, all thoughts we don't have to take literally, like, that really helped me. Well, that's a lot different than, hey, great class. Like, now, like, I have something to build on. Like, okay, well, I know that I can continue doing this. Where if it's just a good class, like, I mean, I'll take it, and it's just, I don't know what to do with it. It's just, thanks. I don't know. Somebody liked it. I don't know. They didn't put it into words. They just said good class, but they took the time to say it. And I think that is important.
But I feel like the greats hate being said that they're great. Being told that they're great.
Really?
I know. I mean,
because like,
unless you're Conor McGregor,
get those yes men around you that tell you you're great. Like, yeah, champ.
Yeah, but
yeah, champ. You're the best champ.
But then you look at the greatest of all time. Don't have those people.
Do that? I don't know. I'm not in those camps.
I mean, Jackson Wink, the very influential with the GSP camp, those guys looked like they beat the crap out of that dude and just told him, you suck, dude. You got to do better if you want to win.
No, everything. That's the thing is, it was back in the day when I was there, so 2010 to 2012-ish. I mean, it was a family, man. Like, it really was. Like Greg Jackson cares, and he treated everybody differently, but the same at the same time. So like, he treated you like he cared, but he talked to Cowboy different than he talked to John. But he talked to him, is still authentic, but he coached them differently because they need different things. Mm-hmm. And it's just different when you have that level of personal coaching and somebody who is specific. Like, he's so cerebral, like Greg is. So smart, tactical, like, he knows it all, which is insane because he doesn't, like, it's like kind of like he was self-taught.
Yeah.
But, like, he was around a bunch of really high-level people. But, like, he created his own, like, Gaido-jitsu, like, that's where his stuff started. And he didn't want to compete at first. And then they started, like, doing these battles at the gyms and going around, and they just started wrecking people. Like, oh, this is kind of cool. But anyway, so Greg wasn't the type that's just I'm going to tear you down. It was this is what we need to work on. This is for GSP. Like, I never met GSP, but Greg was never that guy who tore you down. Never was. And that's one of the reasons why I thought it was the best camp. And I think it was the best camp for a few years.
Well, for about a decade, for sure.
Yeah.
For about a decade.
And they got the best out of people. And I think that's what's awesome about like really good coaches. No matter where you're at, they improve you. Like, they get you better. Even if you're already at the cream of the crop, like, they can keep you there. So maybe they can help that ego in check.
Well, I don't want to keep up too much of your time.
I'm good. We gotta keep going.
We can keep going. I mean,
I'm good.
Hour and 10 minutes.
Hour and 10 minutes. Yeah, it's about time. Mark, bro, this has been a phenomenal conversation. I really do appreciate you coming on the podcast.
Yeah, thanks for chatting.
Where can they find you? Social media, website, whatever you got.
I do some side stuff. Like I said, I work with the military. That's my main focus. My Twitter, Instagram is at Marc J. Stevens, at Marc J. Stevens. It's Mark with a C, so MarcJStevens. But I don't put out a ton. I focus on my job, I focus on my family. I do some side stuff here and there. I'm open to doing more if people want to reach out. Like, I'm happy to do that stuff.
Well.
But yeah, occasionally I'll put out some, like, on Twitter or LinkedIn, put out some, like, advice, things that I think about or work on.
We should get you a little Twitter channel or Twitch channel or something.
Twitch
channel. Yeah, a little motivational Twitch channel.
Oh, yeah? That happens? I thought that was a gaming thing.
I mean, it can be.
You can do all kinds of stuff on Twitch.
Yeah?
Some people just sit there and chat with people. They just, like, get on. It's like
yeah. Or TikTok. We should do those, like...
The TikTok videos?
Yeah. Talk about...
My wife is, like, the social media queen. Like, she does this stuff. It's...
Your wife.
Yeah. She's the best. I don't know. She's awesome. You're talking about, like, authenticity.
Oh,
like,
dude,
that's where it's, like, for me, it's so good to be married to her because she's so authentic. And it's, like, the constant reminder, like, be more like that. Don't be her, because that's... I don't want to do that.
No.
But, like, be more like her.
No, then you end up like Caitlyn Jenner. Don't do that.
No, yeah, right. Yeah. But at least...
That's what happened with Bruce. He was like, I want to be a Kardashian.
I just want to be a Kardashian.
And then chop the penis off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like...
That's terrible.
I don't know what he did. I mean... The chick is still a hero, dude. It's fine, Instant, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to get canceled in like 10 years. It's fine.
Well, it was nice knowing you
I appreciate you.
Yeah,
I appreciate you. I am actively trying to get canceled. I feel like that's the only way I'll ever...
Well, you're living on the edge.
I don't know.
You're testing yourself.
Yeah,
That's
it is
good.
what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. So, do you plan on writing a book or something one day?
No.
No, you should.
Should I?
You should. Come on, you...
I have thoughts on things. Need to be clear in my messaging. Like I said, I think journaling is really good. Writing is really good. Maybe after more years of doing stuff and having like anecdotes, I could put something out. But for now, just little like messages and like things and tips I think are good. Working with people is like really what I like. I love working with people and helping them improve. So I don't know. It's just like a good satisfaction for me. Maybe a book down the day, but I've never considered myself a writer.
I mean, why would you buy his book?
Yeah, I'd buy his book.
I'd buy his book or listen to a podcasting.
Two people.
You should podcast.
Podcasting.
You should podcast.
I listen to a lot of podcasts. I probably should do it sometime. Get some athletes. Get some coaches. Yeah, no, it'd be good.
You're a good guest, dude. You should do it.
Yeah,
you should do it.
Let's do it again. I don't know,
bro.
There's more to talk about.
Oh my God! All right, guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Give Marc J. Stevens a follow on all his socials and keep up with him. And goodbye.